Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2020. I'm so pumped. I'm getting ready to film a couple more videos, and so I wanted to bring you behind the scenes to give you an insight into how I'm actually lighting this, how I'm setting this up. So with the Blackboard series, my goal was to create a sort of authoritative look and feel, which is why I decided to shoot on the Blackboard side, on the black backdrop side, excuse me. Even though I've got a green screen in the background, which makes it awesome to then change the background to whatever I please, I wanted this first video series to have that sort of like, to subtly communicate authority, right? And the best way to do that is to communicate what we've all been trained to be authority, which is academia. So I decided to turn and shoot it against the black background. So let's look down and break down this setup and see what we've got going on here. We've got Fred here. Now this may just seem weird that I have a random mannequin head and I've called him Fred, but everybody needs an assistant. And if your assistant can't be there all the time, you have Fred, who's a stand-in. So yeah, I'd rather look weird than not be productive or have professional looking stuff. So I use this mannequin head to do two things. One, allow me to set proper focus with the camera, and then two, well, actually three things. It allows me to set proper focus with the camera, it helps me to get an understanding of how to best shape the lighting in here, and helps me understand how set the proper distance of my microphone to my mouth. Then when I'm ready to film, pop Fred out of the way, I stand, and voila, I'm ready to go. So let's put Fred back so we can kind of walk through what we've got going on. All right, the first thing that we'll just cover really quick, which I feel like is critical because a lot of people miss this, is audio. It's the distance of the microphone to your mouth. Now, great audio is about 90% mic placement. It's not about the mic you're using. It's not even exactly about how you're then processing the audio afterward, even though that is very important. It's about mic placement, making sure that that mic is about 6 inches away from your mouth, but getting that there so that way this mic is less likely to pick up the hum of the fan from this light over here, or the hum of the fan of the computers in the closet. By bringing it closer to my mouth, you decrease the noise floor. If I was just using the microphone on the camera, even though that's still a pretty decent distance, like it's only 2 feet away, bringing this microphone off the camera and closer to me allows it to more isolate my voice, and it gives just clear audio. That's what you really need to focus on and need to remember is mic placement over everything else. All right, so let's put Fred back. Now we've got a 3-point lighting situation set up here. Our main light is our key light right here. Now I've kind of got a sort of a massive light here that I've sort of rigged up with a combination of car window shields that you should just buy at Walmart, and this sheet of diffusion here that I have double wrapped, like it's a double layer of diffusion. That's actually a plastic tablecloth that I bought at Party City, but it adds no color to it. It's completely clear, and the best part about it, I'm not sure if you can see this, but it has, you can hear it, it's got this textured surface to it, which is perfect for dispersing those photons and really helping to just like gives this incredible soft light that when it hits your face, it just looks a lot more pleasing, less likely to pick up my acne scars or any sort of other imperfections that I have on my face, and it's awesome. So let me actually walk you through how I've got that light set up, because I think it's kind of cool. So it's actually just a softbox. We've got a 60-watt COB light. COB stands for chip on board LED light. It's a more recent innovation in LED lighting, which is just phenomenal. But the great thing about it is it allows you to create lights that can use the Bowens mount system that photographers have used on flashes a lot, which is great for videographers because it allows us to put more modifiers on our light. Currently, we have a softbox on here, so it's already passing through a double layer of diffusion with this softbox. And then what I just did is I took the fundamentals of that softbox and I just built an even larger one, which makes the light source even larger. So it goes from being this, you know, well, I'm not sure if that's 2 or 3 foot softbox to becoming nearly a 4 foot light source when it's done. Because the thing to get pleasing light, you need a gigantic light source and you need diffusion. You need to soften that light. So that way it's just more pleasing. It looks cool. All right. Now what I've did is you'll notice there's a lot of white boards around here. There's a whiteboard here, there's a whiteboard here, and there's a whiteboard here. Now that is to bounce light back at Fred here, or me when I stand there. So that way there's less shadows because we're in a completely black room. One reason of painting it completely black is it allows me to control the light. I'm able to really manipulate the light the way that I want to. The downside is everything is super dark in here, so you need to make use of bounce boards. Now, this bounce board, it's just regular poster board that you can buy at Walmart. And this bounce board is actually just a giant piece of styrofoam that came inside of one of the Christmas packages we had. So just use what you have available. All right, so let's talk about the other 2 lights. We have both of these other 2 lights are helping to shape the light that's coming and hitting Fred. So this one back here is there to shape the light that's hitting on the side of Fred's face. And then this one up here is a hair light. It's creating a sort of like line that's being drawn around the top of the head. So this is actually a really cool lightweight light panel. Caleb Pike from DSLR Video Shooter did a video on these things. They're falconized. This is the 12T. It's daylight balanced. It's phenomenal. You can actually like roll up these LED panels and they're really great and easy to travel with, extremely lightweight. So lightweight that I just have it hanging here off the ceiling. I attached a piece of tin foil just with some C47s, some clothespins, just attached it to that. The tin foil keeps the light off the wall, but it also reflects it and amplifies the light and shapes it so that way it hits right on the back. And then we've got our kicker. So that's our hair light. We've got our kicker light here. And it's the same exact light as the one above. It just has a softbox with a grid on top. Now that the grid helps to focus the light in a directional path. So that way it doesn't bounce off the wall and it goes exactly where I want it to go, which is right to the side of the face. So, and then we've got obviously we've got the camera set up right here. And then we have a external monitor that I've placed off to the side. So that way I can monitor the image coming off of the camera just at a side glance and then move that out of the way when I start going, because it's actually really distracting when I've got the monitor right there because my eyes are always wanting to look at it. Hope that was valuable to you. Have an awesome 2020 and an awesome new decade and new year. Take care.